Hello everyone. I want to show another use case of how I'm using Noteey just to kind of highlight its flexibility and probably some additional features that I didn't show in some of the other use case videos. So in this particular video, I'm showing a use case where I'm using this to somewhat manage the project, a real estate project, a rehab project that I'm doing right now, and let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first board I have here, I have a resource board where I'm dumping files, links to other folder here. I have a couple of examples here on how you can put files in Noteey. They do have an embed feature where if you want to embed an actual document or a spreadsheet from Google, you can do that, and I'm showing this example here. This is actually live, so I can come in here, and if I double click, I can edit the rows and fields in this particular spreadsheet or any other document that I put or embed on the actual canvas here. Now, one thing to note with the embedded documents and spreadsheets and things like that, the embedded objects, you will have to, in most cases, set up the access permissions to this particular object and make it accessible to basically anyone. So if it's one of those type of applications where you have to log in and provide permissions to your users, you will have to share it out in a way on how you want it to be. So if I just wanted this in view, I could have shared this spreadsheet in Google and got the link to just have view access. But because I wanted to give an example here and show you how you can actually edit this spreadsheet, I gave it basically edit permissions and got the link and then just pasted it in here and then selected embed. So you can see here where there's an option to change it to bookmark. If I change that to bookmark, this is what it typically looks like. Then if I change it back to embed, you'll see that the embed of the spreadsheet is shown here. So you can come in, you can resize however you want to here, and then you can even come in here and select the different sheets that you might have in the spreadsheet. And as I mentioned, you can even do documents and embed those as well. So this is one way where you can just embed it. Another good thing with Noteey is that you can import your documents, or you can even link out to them. This one here is imported in. If it was a linked document, it would have a link icon on the top corner here. But this one's in Noteey's database or vault, so to speak. Now I can double click on this, and the good thing is that it opens up in its native application that supports this particular document. So if this was a Word file, then Word would open, or whatever the default app you have set up in your operating system to open the document would open up for the file that you selected. I can also come in here and you see I've linked out to the main project folder for this particular project. And if I click the link, it would open that up. This is a OneDrive folder. And this is a quick and easy way for me to, from Noteey, just get to this particular folder, then I can access any other files. Now, I could technically put all the different files in Noteey, but if you're sharing this out, so if this is in OneDrive or in Google Docs, maybe you want to still keep a main project folder that we can share this folder out without actually having to give people access to Noteey. And one main thing about that is that when you share with Noteey, you can only share in a view capacity. There is no collaboration. So if you do want to collaborate with other people, you definitely will have to use another platform where you can share things out with a team. But you can always either link to your Noteey whiteboards and your projects that you might share out, and you can also create links to your other location where you might be doing your project management and sharing other content out. So you can go back and forth and use Noteey and the other apps for just going back and forth. Now, this seems somewhat simple here, the way I have it set up here, but there are some other applications, visual note-taking applications similar to Noteey that don't give you the embed capability, or you might not be able to link out to certain things on your desktop or even maybe on the internet. So this is pretty flexible in itself, doing this here right here. This is just a card that I have, and it just has a link out to an internet site for this particular property here that I'm using as a model for the renovations that I'm doing. Now, if we go into the design board, we can see also some additional powers that Noteey has over some of the other just general note-taking visualization apps. So Obsidian Canvas doesn't give you some of the drawing and objects and things like that you can do. So within here, like I knew I needed to do renovations on a couple of the bathrooms that are in this particular property. So I wanted to draw up the property, kind of get dimensions and show somewhat a scale view of where things are within these bathrooms so that we can get materials, and I can also share this out to the contractors and handymen that I'm working with. I also put in here somewhat like a mood board, some pictures and images from the web that shows different things that I want to potentially put in the bathroom. So like the tub fixture styles and tile styles. So I'm using these here as reference of what I might want the bathroom to look like. You can see similar thing here where I linked out to some vanities here that I'm going to want to purchase. I'm actually going with this gray one here, and already purchased this here, and going to go with this kind of look and feel with a mix of this look with the black, the matte black fixtures on it. This demonstrates the flexibility again, where I can do drawings and I can do sketches and I can use Noteey full capabilities in different use cases. I don't just have to work with text and images and like link videos, YouTube videos. So this is somewhat of a different use case than what most people might use it for, but I'm looking at Noteey to be more of a Miro replacement than say a Heptabase replacement or an Obsidian Canvas type replacement, where it's just those apps are mostly focused just on knowledge management, where in here I can really use Noteey to be more of a life management type of application, and I can manage my knowledge in here. I can also manage other projects and areas of my life. I also have the frames here where you have frame features. I can click on the frames. It'll take me to the other bathroom here. We can see, how this one's different. I drew up this here just to show that with this bathroom, we wanted to actually make it bigger. So I have it extended here out 10 inches, and where we're going to put the door, again with some of the reference type images of what I want this bathroom to look like. Images of this barn door that I'm going to want to, that I actually already purchased, that we're going to install, and then the vanity, some of the tiles, so on and so forth. Now I do have some images missing here, and to be honest, I'm not even sure what images I had here now that these are gone. I must have deleted these from my library, and now they're not showing up here. The link for this one here still works, so if I click on this link, it still takes me to the page of the reference vanity that I was looking at here, but for some reason the image is actually gone. So I'm thinking that I must have deleted these from my library inadvertently, maybe while I was cleaning some things up. Part of my issue is that I'm also doing some videos for YouTube, and there's some things that I'm creating that are basically just garbage that I'm putting in my lab environment. And sometimes some things will go into the library that I need to get rid of. So if I don't remember that I put those on another board, it does get, I might run into situations like this. So what else do I have on here? I just have some other frames here with some different areas for flooring, and then the boundary of the property where we're gonna have a fence installed. Then I have some project activities. So high level, I was able to come in here and easily use the sticky note feature here and then jot down all the different things that I want to focus on for this particular project, like flooring, the different rooms. There's 3 rooms in here, HVAC, the water heater, new deck want to have installed, garage roof. So basically everything that's involved with the actual project, the home itself. And these are generic enough in most cases to fit every project that I do for a home renovation. And then create a couple frames, or 3 different frames, one for to do, one for in progress, and then another one for complete. That way I can transition things over into the in progress once they get started. You'll see these are sticky notes on this side here, but when I go to the in progress here, these are cards, and I kind of just wanted to show, I left one as a sticky note here just to show how these get converted into cards. And it's pretty easy. Within Noteey, I can come in here and I can say convert to card just by clicking those 3 dots. One piece of friction I don't like is that it creates an untitled card. I usually put a heading in the card that I would like to have defaulted as the name, but I could see why potentially that could be an issue. And then from here, I can just come in here and I can do to do, just so I can start mapping out my to-dos for this particular card. And then I can just come in here and start adding those to-dos. Another efficiency, I guess, piece of feedback for efficiency would be if I can select all of these here and then be able to click on this formatting list and then change these all to to-dos or bullet points or whatever, right? Right now I have to put in the to-do, and I can't actually start at the beginning of the line and also come in here and just do to-do and have it change just that one line to to-do. You can see where it jumped around there and it created a bunch of spaces here. So there's something weird from a use case scenario when you're adding to-dos in here, that it doesn't really flow all that great. But I have a process where you saw I click on that top portion, I put a to-do, and then I paste in the first one. And then all I really need to do is just come in here and I can just click on these, go back, enter, and add all of these pretty easily doing it this way. But it would be way more efficient if I can just select each one of the items, the rows that I have in there, or the blocks that I have, and then be able to convert those to to-dos. So this is what it will end up like when I do this. And then I can come in here and I can change all of these here to the same color as the in progress, similar to what I have for the to-dos. They're all set up and with that red color. I can come in here and I can do the same thing with the in progress by just dragging on all these objects there. Then I can right click and then I can just go ahead and change that color. And another thing you want to do here as well, so that these cards don't show up in the library, basically select them all and then right click. And actually I thought you could do it this way here. Let me see if I have to do it. Oh, I've already hid these here, but what you want to do is where it says make visible in library, basically just hide these from the library. So if I was to say unclick that one there, and let me see, because I'm pretty sure we can do multiple. I'll select those 2 and then I'll go there and then just do hide from library so that these cards don't show up in the library and clutter up your library with stuff that you don't really need. So, and then once these items start getting completed, even though some of them you'll see that there are no check marks for the box, their stuff is being worked on, it's in progress, but they're not complete yet. But once they are, I can then tick these off. And then we have the completed section, which basically all I'm doing here is just dragging it from the in progress over to here and then making it green. So nothing groundbreaking happening over here. Now the next board that I have on here is the pre-post images. So this really kind of helps track the progress from a visual standpoint here, where I have a few frames for, say, the kitchen. You can see here in this kitchen, the entryway was kind of a standard entryway to get into the kitchen. It was very small to get in there, and it wasn't really that open of a floor plan. So I decided to open that up, and we can kind of just scroll through here, and you can see now that it's open. This looks way better. Also put in some can lights or wafer lights into the kitchen to make that a lot brighter in there as well. Then we have the window conversion to French doors, which was another kind of big one here, where you can see here, the walls are really nasty in here. There was a bunch of wallpaper that was on here, so taking that off was a little tedious, but we got that done. But the focus really for this particular section here is to convert this big window into French doors. Then as I can kind of scroll through, you can see what the progress is. It's me busting out the actual lower part of the window there. And then eventually we get the door installed. One of the lights got lost in the warehouse or somewhere, so not too sure what's happening with this here, but the other piece will get installed on this side here. You can see the walls have been redone, and that's looking better. And here's a bigger view where sliding door got replaced, the French doors got installed, other than this particular one light on the side. And I think that is it for now. And as I get new pictures, I just drop them on the end where they're relevant. Same here with the bathrooms. You can see the transition here, and you can just scroll through. And I think this really gives a nice kind of one place where I can come to, and I can drop images and I can show progress, and then share this actual project out to either family or whoever's interested in actually seeing the progress, or maybe some people who might be working with me that I want to actually share this particular information with. And one other, I already started looking at this one here, and this one here is the one that I was getting extended, so we had to knock out the wall here and bring it out some. You can see from the floor here where we brought it out 10 inches as I had in the design, and basically going to redo this shower so that it looks similar to the other bathroom. So that's going to be it for this video. I really wanted to show the versatility of Noteey as a tool for not just knowledge management, but also for managing basically all aspects of life, and just different things that you can do with it. It's much more versatile than some of the other tools that I've been able to use. I'm really appreciating the flexibility of the whiteboard for this tool. There still are some bugs here and there, and there's no mobile access basically to Noteey, no mobile application. So this is basically a carry around your laptop type of application when I want to use it, but when I'm at the job site, I'm going to have my laptop with me anyway when I carry it in my bag, my laptop and my tablet. So it's easy to pull it out, start doing work on it, and I'm not limited in any ways. Most of the applications are more limited on your mobile device or on your tablet device than you are on your desktop anyway. So having the desktop application only is not too big of a friction point for me, but I do wish I had the mobile access for other things like the journal and access to other content in the library. But that's going to be it for this video. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next time, have a nice day.